Finally, something happened. Finally. I think this is bogus. I think it's petty. I don't think this is enough. It's a slap on the wrist. It looks like Alyssa Thomas was suspended finally, but this has been the epicenter of the sports world conversation today. Has been this entire situation, fist to throat, all types of stuff. We got to get into it. Let's get right into it. The WNBA issued a statement. Even Kelly Krauskopf came from out of her cave. I don't know where she's been.
A punch to the throat, caught on camera, in front of thousands of fans. And the officials? Nothing. Caitlin Clark is down on the floor. Alyssa Thomas drives a knee into her thigh, then appears to make contact with her throat before walking away as if nothing happened. The crowd falls silent. The Fever bench erupts. And Coach Stephanie White? She admitted she couldn't sleep that night, but what almost no one is discussing is what happened afterward. Stay with me, because this story becomes even more intense. The game had already turned into a battlefield. This wasn't just another regular season matchup. It was a heated rematch. Just 2 days earlier, the Indiana Fever faced the Phoenix Mercury. That contest? Pure chaos. 6 technical fouls, 1 ejection, and physical play on nearly every possession. Alyssa Thomas received a technical foul. Clark picked up her 5th technical foul of the season. Maisha Hines-Allen was ejected. The Fever came away with an 86-77 victory, but everyone knew the tension wasn't over. Wednesday night. Same arena. Same opponents. From the opening quarter, you could feel the intensity. This wasn't just basketball anymore. It had become personal. Then, with 6:52 remaining in the second quarter, everything changed. The moment that set the internet on fire, Clark attacks the basket and crashes to the floor. While she's down, Thomas makes contact in rapid succession. First, a knee to the thigh, then contact near the throat, multiple camera angles, slow motion replays, and the referees? Standing right there. No foul. No review. Play continues. The Fever bench explodes with frustration. Teammates are shouting. Stephanie White learns about the sequence during halftime. Here's what she said. The contact to the throat is crazy. It's dangerous. I brought it to the officials' attention, and we still had 11 fouls called on us in the fourth quarter, compared to their 2. 11-2. She later described the situation as egregious and disrespectful. But the story didn't end there. Clark was clearly hurting, yet she continued to play. Later in the game, she's fouled while attempting a three-pointer. She lands awkwardly and immediately grabs her back. It's important to remember that she's been dealing with back discomfort throughout the season. She heads to the locker room during the third quarter, and the arena falls completely quiet, but she returns. She finishes the night with 19 points and 8 assists. The Fever fall 111-109. A heartbreaking loss in a tightly contested game. Meanwhile, several other plays are reviewed, yet this one is never upgraded during the game. Even some critics begin questioning the officiating. Then, the following day, everything changed. The league finally responded. On Thursday, after reviewing the play, the league upgraded the contact to a flagrant 2. As the rule states, a flagrant foul penalty may second be assessed for unnecessary and excessive contact. If not called as such during the game, the league may impose a fine and/or suspension after review.
As such during a game and may impose a fine and/or suspension. Alyssa Thomas will serve her suspension on June 27th when the Mercury visit the Toronto Temple. Now I have a question, because this is similar to what happened with Kennedy Carter. This is also similar with what happened with DJ Nick Carrington. I have a question to the WNBA shills out there. Do any of you guys have the stones? Shout out to Rudy. Any of you guys have the guts, the balls, the courage to ask Alyssa Thomas in front of a camera with a microphone in your hand if that was done on purpose? Because last time we saw a journalist do that, shout out to Christine Brennan, the WNBA Players Association, they try to go after her credentials. So my question is, will any journalist have the guts to ask Alyssa Thomas that question? Or is being a part of the WNBA sorority more important? Is being a part of the WNBA sorority more important? Or is your integrity more important? That's the question I have for all the journalists out there. But we're not done, folks. Sports media never talks about the WNBA for the actual product on the court. I think we know why. And that's exactly the way the WNBA wants it. Once this story blows over, the WNBA will go back to being ignored by the major outlets until the next Caitlin Clark story comes around. Folks, the WNBA for the last year and a half has been ignored. Once Caitlin Clark went down last year, Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Fox News, Fox Sports, anybody that covered her rookie season, they said, I'm good on this.
An automatic one-game suspension, a fine issued, an official statement declaring it a non-basketball act. Fever President Kelly Krauskopf responded by saying, players' safety must be a priority. We appreciate the review and the action taken. Fans reacted immediately. Some pointed to similar incidents from the past. Others questioned the league's consistency. But one thing was undeniable. This time, action was taken. The locker room reaction. Inside the Fever locker room, emotions were running high. Lexie Hull, one of Clark's closest teammates, had previously said, everyone's human. When things get personal, that's when it crosses the line. Now, those words carry even more weight. Sophie Cunningham, who has built a reputation for standing up for her teammates, was on the court when the incident happened. This team isn't simply playing basketball. They're standing together and protecting one another. And even Coach White, despite previous tension, is now leading that effort.
Watch this. Look at that. Look at her. Put her fist and her forearm into Caitlin Clark's neck on this play right there, and then uses her fist to get up. Did she try to kick Caitlin Clark? Let me look at or step on her. Caitlin Clark looked like she was kind of doing this, like Alyssa Thomas tried to step on her. Clay Travis come out and said WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark and a cheap shot because she's white and she's straight. How long have we been saying that? 3 years now. The WNBA's got a real problem here. They've got a real problem with the players in this league. And here is my issue. Stephanie White should have lost her ever-loving shit on that floor after that dirty shot from Thomas. Of course she didn't. Of course she didn't. Because she's tight with Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner.
All types of stuff. Ridiculous, man. Alyssa Thomas is dirty. Look at the dirty plays. Look at this angle where she puts her knee directly on her groin. She was out to injure Caitlin Clark. Look at this.
Streaking to the basket.
Look at her. The ball is all the way over there. Why is your knee in her groin? What are you doing? What are you doing, Alyssa Thomas? The ball isn't even over there. Look at where the ball is, guys. Look at where the ball is. Why are you going through putting your knee on her groin? The ball is clearly behind you. Caitlin Clark don't got the ball. What are you doing? This is targeting. This is an attack. The WNBA needs to step in and do something about Alyssa Thomas and her goon squad brutally, viciously attacking Caitlin Clark. Brutally, viciously attacking Caitlin Clark. What are y'all gonna do about it? What are y'all gonna do about it? This is the biggest star to ever come in this league, and you're letting this thuggery go on. You're letting people viciously target her. It's ridiculous, man.
Many critics argued that Alyssa Thomas crossed the line. They pointed to multiple replays, claiming the contact appeared intentional. One angle, in particular, drew widespread attention, with viewers saying her knee made direct contact with Caitlin Clark's groin area. Look at this play, some fans said. The ball is already over there. Why is your knee making contact with her? The ball isn't even in that area anymore. What are you doing? This doesn't look like a basketball play. Others went even further, describing the sequence as targeting rather than ordinary physical play. They called on the WNBA to investigate Thomas's actions and take stronger measures to protect Clark. Many supporters argued that Clark, as one of the league's biggest stars, has repeatedly been on the receiving end of excessive physical contact. They questioned why, in their view, those situations have too often gone unpunished during games. One fan reaction summed up the frustration. What are you going to do about it? Why are players allowed to keep targeting her? It's getting ridiculous. This is why the conversation matters. It's not just about one isolated play. It's about consistency in how games are officiated. Clark has become one of the most talked about players in basketball, and moments like these continue to spark debate across the league. Former player Stacey Dales said, "This is a pivotal moment. The league has to adjust. It impacts a franchise. And that's exactly why these situations matter. Every hard foul, every missed whistle, and every potential injury can influence not only a single game, but an entire season." The league took action this time, but one question still remains. Why does it often take a play going viral before meaningful action is taken? That's the real story. So, what do you think? Was the one-game suspension enough, or should the league have gone further? Share your opinion in the comments below. I read every one of them. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We cover every Caitlin Clark update, every Indiana Fever storyline, and all the biggest moments from around the WNBA. Be sure to like, share, and stay tuned, because this story is far from over.